Hi everyone, it's Mrs. Griffin with the Unit 3 Lesson 3 video. We're going to be constructing angle bisectors and what's called an incenter of a triangle. So to begin with, a ray that divides an angle into two congruent angles is the angle bisector. And so when we have angles that share a common endpoint and that they're the same, you can add them together. And if the two pieces end up equal, that's an angle bisector. So an angle bisector looks something like this, where we have this measurement in here congruent to this one here. And so I'm going to put a C here. So angle addition says that these two smaller ones, AOC and COB, would add up to AOB. And OC is an angle bisector if AOC and BOC are equal. Okay. Now, for the second half of this, we're going to be talking about something called the point of concurrency. So when we have two lines that intersect, that's a point of intersection. And we have more than one, or more than that, three or more, that's called a point of concurrency. They share a point of intersection with at least three lines. Okay. The point of concurrency of the angle bisectors in a triangle, so if I do all three of them, is called the incenter. And that point is equidistant from the sides of the triangle. So we are going to be doing angle bisectors and incenters. So to begin with, to construct an angle bisector, we are going to use our compass, and instead of copying into a new location, we're going to bisect the angle that's already there. So we're going to start just like we started with the other angle construction by putting an arc through the angle that is there so that it has two intersections formed. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go onto that intersection, the first one down here. We're going to swing another arc into the interior of the angle. Okay. And then we're going to flip our compass, go to the other intersection that our first arc created, and swing another arc into the interior of the angle. And then finally we will draw a line from the vertex of the angle through the intersection that the two second arcs make. And that's an angle bisector. Okay, so for this one, same concept. We are going to begin by putting an arc through the angle so that it crosses the two sides of the angle. And then we're going to move our compass to one of those intersections. And we're going to draw an arc on the interior of the angle. And then we'll move our compass to the other intersection and draw another arc. And where the second and third cross is going to be what I connect to my vertex to bisect the angle. Okay, so for number 3, we're constructing the bisector of angle B. So we are doing everything from vertex B. So we're going to begin by swinging an arc so that it crosses both parts of angle B. We're going to put our compass on one of the intersections created by that arc in angle B and swing an arc on the interior. And then we'll move to the other intersection created by the first arc in angle B and swing a third arc. And then to bisect angle B, we go from the vertex through the intersection created by our arcs. Now we've bisected angle B. Okay, so for number 4, we're going to be doing the incenter of the triangle, which is where the three angle bisectors intersect, called the point of concurrency. So we're going to bisect each of the angles. So we're going to start wherever you like. I'm going to start at angle B, and I'm going to put an arc through angle B, and then the two arcs from each of those intersections. And then the line to bisect the angle. Okay, and then I'm going to do the same thing for another angle. I'll choose angle C. And the same exact step. So I'm going to draw an arc through the angle, and then from each intersection created, swing another arc into the interior until I create an intersection, and then draw the line from the vertex through that intersection. And finally, for the third one, I'm going to do up at angle A an arc that crosses angle A's two sides and then the two arcs on the interior. And draw my third angle bisector in. And what you will notice is all three of them are intersecting in the exact same spot right here. This point is called the incenter of the triangle. It happens to be the same distance from all the sides. So if I was very good at figuring out that distance, I would be able to perfectly make a circle that just touches all the edges of the triangle. A little difficult to do with my computer program, but you could see it here. Now, that circle is not mandatory. The incenter itself is the point. Okay, for number 5, we are going to construct a 30-degree angle. So if you can remember back when we had to do a 60-degree angle, we used the equilateral triangle construction. So that's what we're going to start with. We're going to start by doing a 60-degree angle with our equilateral triangle. So we're going to measure a segment, and from end to end of it, create an equilateral triangle. And instead of the whole triangle, I'm only going to create one of the other sides. And then that's a 60-degree triangle or angle. In order to change that to 30, I need to cut it in half. So 60 divided by 2, which I can do by bisecting the angle that's here. So I'm going to start at my 60-degree angle, and to do the bisector, I'm going to put an arc that goes through it in 2 spots, just like all of the others, and I'm going to do my 2 arcs on the inside, which will intersect one another. And then finally, when I connect that back to the original, I have now bisected my 60-degree angle into 2 30-degree angles. Okay, for number 6, construct a triangle where 2 interior angles are both 30. So just like the other one, I'm going to give myself an equilateral triangle to work with because 30 is half of 60. So I'm going to make an equilateral triangle by creating a segment and then doing my 2 equidistant arcs. And this time I am going to draw the whole triangle in just because it says that I'm going to need 2 30-degree angles. So I'm going to need to take 2 of these 60s here and bisect both of them. So now I'm going to do just what I did on the other one, where I bisect my 2 angles. So I'm going to go to one of the angles and bisect it. And then I'm going to bisect another angle. It doesn't matter which one. I'll do the other bottom one. And then what I've created is a couple of 30-degree angles down on the bottom. And so this here is the triangle that they're asking me to do, where I have a 30-degree angle here and a 30-degree angle here. And so since a triangle has to add up to 180, if you do 180 minus 60, the 2 30s together, you'll see that my third angle is 120 degrees. All right, I'll see you in class.